Hello out there, this is Cammie White, and you're listening to Rushdown Radio.
Hey guys, welcome to the top 5 games of 2020. Right now, we're up to number 4. And my number 4 pick will be Sakura Wars for the PS4. PS4. Anyway, so I've had a little bit of experience with this series. I played, what was it? Sakura Wars, So Long My Love for the PS2, or I think it was the Wii. I wasn't sure which copy I had got. But I remember playing it. I remember buying it too. I remember I went through a lot of trouble to kind of look for it, because I remember that game was super rare at the time, which I wish I would have kept it, because that game is probably worth a lot of money now. But I digress. But anyway, so when I was playing at the time, I was much younger and not nearly as I would say I didn't have a diversified taste in games. So if a game didn't have the points I wanted, I didn't play it. So this game back then, when I played So Long My Love, I just wasn't into it. So I had found out that the game was like 70% dating sim, slice of life, and only like 30% actual, combat in the game. So I wasn't into it. I was like, no, it's not gonna be for me. I tried it. I think I played like a good maybe 10 hours of it, and I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. Went traded in like a dummy, and I was into that. So years later, of course, I played games like Persona 3, 4, and 5, and then playing like Trails of Cold Steel, which games both have like really heavy dating sim aspects and visual novels type of like dialogue and stuff, and set pieces, and the way the game is streamlined. So after playing all those games for all those years, coming back to this felt pretty much the right approach. Because now I've already had like experience playing games that was really heavy on dialogue and conversation and stuff. So now playing this, it wasn't nearly as of a culture shock, or it wasn't too much for me back like now. Like now I'm like, okay, I'm used to this. I'm used to having like long parts of the game with just nothing but conversation and nothing but just talking pretty much. And this game definitely has done a good job of modernizing the whole slice of life, anime experience in these type of games, which is good, because I think one of the things I didn't like about So Long My Love is that dialogue is kind of like meh. It wasn't really engaging, or it wasn't really like entertaining, whereas this game is fully entertaining. It's so silly, but it's also really lighthearted, and it's also heartfelt, which I really appreciate. Like, it's really heartfelt the way they do the dialogue and stuff. You actually feel like you really are in the midst of what's going on with these characters. You actually care about them. I think they did a good job with characterization, and just overall writing for this game is really well done. So the fact that the writing is so good, it makes me actually care about going through these like long stints of just dialogue. Like, you're going through like pages and pages and pages of dialogue pretty much. And of course, when you have stuff like that, it kind of gets monotonous if it's not done correctly. And I think they did a good job making it not monotonous. Like, they have little points of the game that just little small things that change up the actual like gameplay and the flow of the game, which I thought was pretty good. It's not just strictly just day-to-day talking all day long. I mean, it is mostly, but you got little things that come in and help you, like, make the game a little bit less monotony, which I thought was really good. The other thing I thought that was really amazing was the change of combat style for the game. Traditionally, Sakura Wars is a tactical RPG. So of course it's grid-based, turn-based action. So this game is an action RPG. It is a real-time fighting system. Really well done, actually, too, I might add. They're really fun. The battles are really good and really like adorable and addictive. Combat's really snappy. I think the controls are pretty good as well. The only real problem is that these sections of the game are super short. Like, they may be like maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes at the most. Like, I don't think I've ever had a part of the game where it was like super long. So definitely, if you're playing this, get used to these sections being super short, and yeah, like if you blink, they'll be gone. So it's really important for a game like this to have a strong narrative, strong characters, strong writing, and just strong characterization and scripting, because this is the majority of the bulk of the game is just talking, and sometimes picking different decisions and where you go dialogue strings and stuff. So it's really important that this type of stuff is done right, and I'm glad that the game was done correctly in that regard. Also, the game looks really pretty. Like, I love this anime aesthetic. It's really well done, especially for 3D models, because I think sometimes 3D models can look kind of flat, and sometimes 3D models don't really translate well for anime. So I think this game did a good job of translating the anime aesthetic onto 3D models really well. I mean, the models look really, really good. I love them. This whole game visually is really stunning, and the music, the main thing for this game is 10 out of 10. Like, it's so good. Like, the music overall, and the whole OST for this game was just really well done too. So that kind of actually helps get the story along too. I think a lot of times, like, some games get kind of like really like the music isn't all that great, or the music would be very forgettable. Whereas this, I remember that theme. Like this theme song for this game, I will remember forever. I actually want to make this my ringtone for a while. I think I might actually. But yeah, Sakura Wars, really good, really fun. Yeah, if you want something lighthearted and calm and not so stressful, this is definitely a game you should definitely play. It's one of my favorite games of 2020. And I'm looking forward to the next installment.